All right, guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the Left Side View with Rahul and Amitabh. So this is the review part one of the weekend matches that took place till yesterday. So we had a lot of matches yesterday, some cup action as well. So where do we begin, Amitabh?
Yeah, so we had just one match in the English Premier League, and it was actually an important match with the top four position up for grabs for one of the teams, that is Arsenal. They faced off against Aston Villa away, and yeah, despite the moaning by Arteta midweek that there's a fixture pile up for them, God knows what that means. Uh, yeah, they came away with a victory. Bukayo Saka scoring the goal for them in the 30th minute. There was a flashpoint in the first half with Tyrone Mings. Um, I think he tackled Saka. Yeah, he's tackled Saka pretty aggressively, and yeah, the Arsenal players wanted a foul. Madrid shoved Lacazette, and yeah, it was all hell was about to break loose, but nothing untoward happened. Ended up with a yellow for Tyrone Mings. And even after the match, the reporter, when he was asking Steven Gerrard about his evaluation of the match, he got a little miffed at the constant questioning of the subpar performance of Aston Villa, and then pretty mildly, pretty calmly, but he gave the best replies to the journalists, something that we are not accustomed to see, and something I think that needs to be done more often, because sometimes these journalists test the patience, the limits of the coaches and the players, especially you know that they are so disappointed after a defeat, and you still keep on poking at them, trying to get a reaction of some sort. So yeah, nice to see that, but however, the result did not go the way. This was maybe the only consolation yesterday. Three important points for Arsenal. Again, they are the favorites now for the fourth position, with a little bit of maybe the third position, but let's hope that does not happen. Around your views on the match?
Yeah, I think as predicted, I think we predicted, a narrow victory for Arsenal in this match. So yeah, uh, I mean, just the gulf in class, maybe the difference kind of shown. I mean, Arsenal actually have a very great away record at Villa Park. So yeah, they've won 13 away Premier League games against Aston Villa. So this was another of those victories. I mean, they've got this young side, that just keeps getting better and better. Even someone like Bukayo Saka, just 20 years old. I read another stat that Arsenal have now scored 2,000 goals in the league. So yeah, this 2,000 goal was actually scored by Bukayo Saka. I think only two sides have scored more goals, Liverpool and Manchester United. So yeah, Arsenal are now the third side to do that. Um, Other than that, I think Arsenal have kept 13 clean sheets in the Premier League this season, which is like their most in a league since 2017-18 season, wherein they again kept 13 clean sheets. But this time out, they've actually still got games left to play, so they could even keep more. Yeah, so I think another stat that I read was that they've got this great record away from home. So I think only Manchester City have won more games away from home this season than Arsenal, or maybe yeah. So Arteta doing a great job. Uh, I think initially it looked like that there could be a problem because Ramsdale, was ruled out of the match. He's not going to go to the England duty as well. But again, Arsenal, they dug in and they managed to get a victory. And even now, I think after their victory, there were some more talking points. Someone like Aston Villa's wing back, or whatever you want to call him, Ashley Young. Even he was like, Arsenal are celebrating a 1-0 victory like they've won the league. This is not the first time that they've had that allegation, even after beating Wolves. Even then, Ruben Neves was like, they are celebrating, like they've won the league, just beating a team like Aston Villa Wolves, and it makes them feel like they've won the league. So, yeah, I don't know.
This just shows how far they have fallen behind, and yeah, basically for them the target is top four. So I think they're well within their rights to celebrate however they seem fit. Moving on in the German Bundesliga, the only match worth note of yesterday was Bayern Munich against Union Berlin, and finally Bayern Munich given in a performance, at their level. They won the match 4-0. Lewandowski scoring a couple of goals, and Kingsley Coman scored another one, and another was scored by Nianzao. So yeah, the 7 point lead at the top being resurrected, and Dortmund have a difficult fixture today. So let's see how that pans out. Rahul?
Yeah, I think. Uh, I mean, as long as you've got Lewandowski, I think you've got a chance, right? There were rumors that his contract expires next summer, so uh, is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Because there haven't really been a lot of talks, to renew his contract, extend his contract, or to keep him. But then even Oliver Kahn said that he's an important player, and they will talk. But maybe I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of pressure from the players' side that they want this to be done now. Maybe Bayern feel like they would like to talk about his contract or extension once the season is over, because they feel that right now it's not the time to focus on any extensions or renewals. Right now, the time is to focus, on the pitch. But yes, other than that, I think Bayern Munich just did what Bayern Munich are supposed to do. After a couple of uh, results, unlike Bayern Munich, they've finally looked like the Bayern Munich of old. Yes. On top of that, I think we talked about Tanga Nianzu. I think he is just 19 years old, and I think he's joined them a couple of seasons ago from PSG on a free transfer, but hasn't really had much of a look into the side because of injury concerns or whatever. So yeah, he started this match, and if he can keep his injury concerns behind him, then another great option for Bayern Munich. Another stat that I read was that now this is the fifth time or fifth season wherein Lewandowski has scored 30 goals in the league. So he has equaled Gerd Muller's record. So if he stays in the Bundesliga for one more season and again manages to score 30 goals or more, then he will overtake even Gerd Muller. So wow, he's in great company. I mean, yeah, don't worry too much into it. At the same time, uh, this just puts pressure on Dortmund if they can now beat Cologne. I guess, yeah, tonight. Let's see.
Yeah, the second, third, and the fourth place teams are in action today. So let's see what happens. But I still think with Lewandowski in their hands, I think Bayern should come away with the victory this year as well. Moving on in the Italian Serie A, the top three teams were in action yesterday with conflicting fortunes. We start off at the Diego Maradona Stadium, Napoli. It was actually Udinese through Delafeu who started the scoring in the 22nd minute, but the striker Victor Osimhen, what a man! He scored a couple of goals, and Pablo Mari was sent off late in the second half. So Napoli coming away with a 2-1 victory at home. I think this is the scoreline that we had predicted. Rahul?
We did, yeah. I think so, yeah, guys. We also got the Aston Villa prediction right. We even got the Bayern victory right, and now even this one. Yeah. So in this way, I mean, yeah, the fact that Udinese got a couple of draws, against Milan and Roma, I don't know. We didn't really think that this would be the case here. So Gerard Deulofeu, the former Everton, Watford, and Barcelona winger, opened the scoring for Udinese, but then yeah, Victor Osimhen uh, came. I think he kept his scoring streak alive. I think he scored 2 goals in 2 games in a row now. And the fact that Napoli again don't really have any other competition, they've just got one competition to focus on. Yeah, they turned up. Yeah, so a brace from Victor Osimhen, but again, we'll talk about the other matches and we'll see uh, if that will do them any good or not. But yes, it was really important for Napoli to stay in touch, with the other teams that are vying for the title this season, and they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, stay in touch with the other teams, something that Inter Milan could not, conjure yesterday. I think I predicted a draw here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Tooting my own horn. Yeah, so that's 1-1 in favor. I mean, 1-1. It was actually Fiorentina. Correa scoring in his second successive game. He opened the scoring in the 50th minute. Dumfries scoring for Inter, and the sad part, at least from an Inter point of view, was their attack of whom we had, so much praise earlier in the season. They were so fluid and they were scoring goals for fun. Somehow, the goals have just seemed to dry up. And again, This is the business end of the championship, and any loss of form will have huge ramifications now. And for I think they won 7 out of 7 games. They won 2 games. They lost 2 games out of 7. So again, maybe something needs to change. Maybe the formation. I had heard somewhere that Saki, someone who is revered in the Italian, circuits, he said that maybe it is time for Inter to resort to a back four rather than a back five. So again, food for thought for the coach. He has to do something, and he has to do something quick, because this just cannot go on. Now Juventus are only 4 points behind them. So um, I mean, they were clearly easily on top with matches in hand and points gap, and they've just hit this lull. And now Milan are 6 points clear with one match. Um, I mean, yeah, Inter have one match in hand, and even Napoli are 3 points clear now. So they have to do something about it, or the three-horse race might turn to a two-horse race, or maybe the third horse will be replaced. So, Rahul?
Yeah, I mean, not just the fact that they've only won 2 out of their last 7. They've actually drawn 5 out of their last 9 matches. So another alarming stat. I mean, just 9 matches ago, they were riding high. It looked like they were the favorites. They were probably looking like one of the best teams ever. Uh, you know, in Serie A, and all of a sudden, maybe again, it's I don't want to say this, but lack of experience again, because someone like Simone Inzaghi doesn't really have that. He hasn't really done it. He hasn't really won a league title, so it doesn't really look like an Inter Milan side now. It looks like a Lazio team now. That used to be managed by Simone Inzaghi. Wherein I think a couple of seasons ago, Lazio were also in the hunt, but then all of a sudden, uh, when the business end of the season came, Simone Inzaghi's Lazio lost their heads, and yeah, it looks like that's something that could happen. The only thing that could work in Inter Milan's favor is that even the other coaches or the other teams that are vying for the title, even Luciano Spalletti and Stefano Pioli, even they don't really have a lot of experience when it comes to actually winning a title. So they're all in the same boat. But yes, luckily or not luckily for Inter, it's Milan who are riding high right now. Maybe again they'll think that maybe selling someone like Romelu Lukaku was not the best decision, or maybe selling someone like Romelu Lukaku was okay, but then maybe replacing him with someone like uh, Jacko was not the right decision. Maybe they should have spent a little bit more money, right? Because Jacko has done great. I don't think that that's a problem. But then the other two strikers that they've signed, someone like Felipe Caicedo, like just because he's available or just because he's cheap doesn't mean that you have to sign him, right? Even someone like Correa that Inzaghi worked with at Lazio, he's never been a prolific goal scorer. So they needed at least one, to accompany someone like Lautaro Martinez. Maybe it's now they're finally seeing that they should have been a little more prudent in the transfer window. It it also looked like they didn't really care about scoring or winning till the time they actually went behind. Because the moment they went behind, we saw a different Inter altogether. It just took them 5 minutes to score an equalizer. Someone like Denzel Dumfries, who is the right wing back, but he continues to score goals and provide assists. Not sure what's happened to their attack, but yeah, if it continues like this, they're not going to win the title. At the same time, I do want to give a little bit of credit to Fiorentina as well. Someone like Vincenzo Italiano, they actually have a pretty great record in some of the big matches. I think they even beat Atlanta twice, even beat Napoli, even beat Milan. So yeah, I think they do turn up in some of these big matches. So yeah, a good match for neutral, but let's see.
Yeah, speaking of intercity rivals, AC Milan, they got the job done at Cagliari, 1-0. Benacer scoring the goal in the 59th minute. And I mean, my biggest takeaway from this match was how is Tomori not in the England squad? And no matter how much you say that out of sight is out of mind, and the fact is that in the West, I mean, in the UK media at least, if you're not in the Premier League, then you are definitely out of sight. He is the best centre back that England have right now. So calm and composed on the ball. And again, I think it's a big injustice that Southgate left him out. As far as Milan's team performance, I think they were pretty comfortable throughout, and they got the job done. Now, in the last 10 matches, it is difficult to analyze, formations and strategies and techniques. It's all about who gets the results, and yeah, Milan did their end of the business. Rahul?
I mean, yeah, Milan already knew, that Inter had dropped points, so even more pressure on them, right? We also predicted this match to be to go AC Milan's way. But yes, man, seriously, like I don't want to talk about Southgate because I don't really think he's good enough to be the manager of England. I mean, he got Middlesbrough relegated, man. That's all I would say. And now he's managing England, who, in my opinion, have got the best group of players that they have ever had. I don't think England have had such a good squad ever. And the fact that it's being managed by him. I mean, had it been any decent, proper manager, halfway decent manager, they would have won the last two tournaments that they were in. But yeah, I mean, I can. The problem is not about not including Tomori, but then you have called up someone like Maguire, someone like Tyrone Mings. Those even Luke Shaw. I mean, well, Luke Shaw I can still understand because Ben Chilwell is injured. Not that when he was fit, he played him at the Euros, but that's a different conversation. At the same time, how can you put Maguire and how can you select Maguire and Tyrone Mings and not select Tomori? Again, I mean, but yeah, kudos to AC Milan. I think we predicted tough game for them. The fact that Cagliari are just above the relegation zone, so we knew that it would be difficult. They would give them a tough competition because they obviously don't want to stay where they are. They want to climb up the table. But in the end, it is up to AC Milan to nullify their threat. They would have taken a look at Cagliari's game against Napoli when Cagliari got a draw against them. So yeah, they turned up. Ismail Benacer, the former Arsenal player, I mean, he has been such a revelation for Milan. I'm pretty sure that Wenger or Arsenal must be thinking, why did they let go of someone like Ismail Benacer? But yeah, kudos to AC Milan to get the job done.
Yeah, from there we move on to La Liga. Again, just one match important enough to discuss, and that is Rayo Vallecano against Atletico Madrid. Um, we got the prediction right here, not the score. But as far as Atletico is concerned, I don't think it really matters to them. They won the match 1-0. Courtois scoring in the 49th minute. Korea got a red card. I don't know about the league, but this frequency of getting red cards is maybe an issue for Atletico now that they're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Again, something that they need to ponder and think about how to manage that. As far as the match is concerned, yeah, typical Atletico performance, 1-0 away from home, and with Madrid and Barcelona due to face each other later today. If that match goes for, becomes a draw, then Atletico come out as major winners this week. Rahul?
Yeah, I mean, come at the hour, come at the man. I think they needed a goal, and it was Koke, their captain, who scored. It was actually his first goal of the season. What a surprise! But yeah, a Madrid derby, they got away with the victory, like we predicted that they would. Uh, I mean, again, I don't really think that for Atletico, it's almost like we would never really see them, win a 3-0 or a 4-0. I think they would just uh, score one and then that's it. I don't know why. I mean, they should score more goals, but then at the same time, they just get the job done. And yes, like you said, the red card is his problem. I mean, Angel Correa, he came on as a substitute until he was sent off. He shoved a player and then even had something with the referee. I think, which is why I think he was sent off not really for the foul. I think, but because of something that he said to the referee for dissent, which is why he was sent off. So yeah, that's a problem. But I think they've got this whole thing down right now. I think uh, almost all the players are back, so I don't think that he's gonna miss Korea that much. I mean, with Griezmann and Felix and all the players firing, I think yeah. they move on from this one.
Yeah, so I think that's about it from yesterday's matches. Again, FA Cup action in England, and we do have other important matches in the other leagues. So we'll discuss about them tomorrow. That's it for today. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye bye.
All right, guys.